Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners, and welcome to High Noon Friday, Fredonia's longest-running variety radio program, brought to you by WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. I'm Jackson DiCarlo.
And I'm Alex Erwin. Today's episode is available streaming worldwide at FredoniaRadio.com.
Coming up, we'll have news, sports, and weather, but first, campus news. This week's episode of High Noon Friday kicks off our Fredonia Radio Systems Radiothon event. The event will feature 24 hours straight of live radio hosted by members of the station. Various shows will be held during the event, including a live saxophone playing session from our very own jazzman Josh, and a late-night discussion about video games with Chloe, Alex, and Hunter. In addition to 24 hours straight of radio content, fundraising tables will be available in McEwen Hall and the Williams Center on campus. There will also be CD sales, raffle baskets, a 50-50 raffle, fun games, and more. All proceeds will go to Fredonia Radio Systems to help fund the station run by students here at SUNY Fredonia. FRS has teamed up with the local restaurant Taco, that's Taco with a Q, and the Big Cheeseburger to fundraise for the station. Starting now all through this weekend, if you order online and use promo code WCVF10, you can donate a percentage of your order to us here at FRS. Also, as a grand finale at the Radiothon, I'm hosting the first ever Big Cheeseburger Challenge tomorrow at noon with a few friends of mine. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at noon to hear the thrilling end of Radiothon and order a meal for yourself sometime this weekend at Taco with the Q and the Big Cheeseburger online using code WCVF10.
Thank you, Jackson. Today, we will be interviewing the president of SUNY Fredonia, Dr. Stephen Kolison, and we will be having our classically chaotic segment, Trivia, slightly after 12. We will also be listening to a few of our weekly segments, such as Just the Facts and I Love Music.
Let's start with our local news and sports updates prepared by jazzman Josh Ribakove and Trevor Hauer, followed by our weather update prepared and read by Jules Hoepting. What's going on, Josh?
Good afternoon, folks. I'm your host, Jazzman Josh, with this week's local news. In recent news, the Faculty Student Administration, FSA, has been under scrutiny for the quality and inconsistency of food served on campus at the Cranston Marsh, Willie C's, and Blue Devil Grill dining establishments. Many students have reported poor food quality and even allergic reactions as a result of mislabeling on the menus. In order to prevent such reactions, it is integral that the menus are properly labeled to indicate potential allergens, such as tree nuts, milk, peanuts, egg, and wheat, among other food allergies. FSA blames staff shortages and has started hiring more employees to work at the dining halls in response to the rating concerns. And also, allergen information can now be found on the online menus. Check out the Faculty Student Association website for a list of dietary labels about all the food served on campus. Lock your doors because the Dunkirk police have just arrested a 38-year-old Thomas M. Fafinski II. Fafinski was caught robbing an apartment at 310 Lakeshore West on Tuesday and has been arrested for second-degree burglary and third-degree grand larceny. The felon has stolen about $3,000 worth of property and is now being held in the Chautauqua County Jail. A Buffalo car crash is currently under investigation after Wednesday night. A car was stopped at a red light on Clinton Street at Babbitt Street when a Chrysler 200 sped down Clinton and rear-ended the back of the vehicle at the light. The driver waiting at the light was killed, and the driver in the Chrysler has been charged with driving while intoxicated and vehicular homicide, among other charges. The man, 31 years old, is currently in police custody at the Erie County Medical Center. And on to this week's coming events. Today at 5 o'clock p.m., come to McEwen Hall 209 to enjoy a performance from Fredonia's own a cappella group, Much More Chill. If sports are more your style, come watch the men's and women's swimming and diving versus Snowflake Invitational over at SUNY Cortland today at 5 o'clock p.m. Or you can watch the Fredonia State women's basketball versus Geneseo. Stream the game live at CortlandRedDragons.com. Go Big Blue! Also today, check out Music Industry Club's Battle of the New Bands at the Williams Center Multipurpose Room. The event will be happening from 7 o'clock p.m. and will feature groups Meadow Viscuso, Edelwood Creek, and The Science Behind It. These new bands have had a month and a half to prepare a short EP each, consisting of 2 original songs and also a cover. Also, come by and enjoy the feature from DJ Magic during intermission. Tomorrow at noon, check out Jingle Cancer Away, also at the Williams Center MPR. This event will be run by the American Cancer Society with lots of holiday singing, dancing, and karaoke. To keep the festivities going, come back to the NPR at 4 o'clock p.m. to enjoy good music, food, and fun with Sound Services' first ever Rock the Halls. They will be featuring Carrot Cake as the headliner, as well as Jacob King and Oscar's Cash. Don't forget to wear your ugliest sweater for our Ugly Sweater Contest. If you enjoyed Much More Chill's show, then there's no doubt you want to hear some Like It Hot performing on Sunday at 4 o'clock in McEwen Hall 202. Monday, December 6th, you should check out the Craft Room at Disney Hall to make Tea Light Snow People. The Craft Room will be open from 6 o'clock p.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. Don't forget to RSVP in advance for the event on the Residence Life website. Give blood next Thursday for the American Red Cross. The National Red Cross blood supply is at a 10-year low, and it's critical that you donate blood so they can treat patients who need it. I'm looking at you, O-negatives. If you donate blood, you will be gifted a $10 Amazon card and entered for a chance to win a hometown screening of The Matrix Resurrections. The Jazzman Josh word of the week is supra priante penultimate. Supra priante penultimate means fifth to last. This big word is certain to become a valuable tool in your vocabulary. Next time you come in fifth while playing Mario Kart, you can tell your fellow opponents that you were the supra priante penultimate person to cross the finish line. Thanks for listening, and have a fantastic Friday, Fredonia. Jazzman Josh out.
Hello everyone, my name is Trevor Hauer here with your High Noon Friday Sports Update. Week 13 in the National Football League has approached and the playoff picture is beginning to get set. Our local Buffalo Bills prepare to take on the red-hot New England Patriots on Monday Night Football in a must-win scenario. If the Bills win, they have a stranglehold on the AFC East, but if the Patriots win, the division could be put out of touch for the Buffalo Bills. Mac Jones goes into this game on fire, and the Bills come into Monday night well-rested after their 31-6 victory on Bourbon Street over the New Orleans Saints on Thanksgiving Day. In the MLB, multiple players in free agency are starting to find their new teams, while the collective bargaining agreement is still looking for an answer for the salary cap concerns. Cy Young winner Robbie Ray is heading to Seattle, Javier Baez is heading to the Tigers, Corey Seager is headed to the Rangers, and Kevin Gausman is heading to the Toronto Blue Jays, just to name a few. In the NHL, the Buffalo Sabres have been finding the back of the net, but the only problem is so are the other teams. The Sabres need to figure out their goaltending situation, and they need to find it out fast, as the Sabres' backup goaltender Dustin Tokarski will be out of action due to a head injury he suffered in practice. Aaron Dell is expected to start against the Panthers and the Hurricanes in this mini road trip. You've been listening to your sports update on High Noon Friday on WCBF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno.
The Northern Chautauqua Weather Update, being brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems.
Good afternoon, fellow Fredonians and loyal parents of students creating the show. It's your weather girl here, Jules, Hoepting, bringing you the weekend forecast. Are you ready for mostly cloudy, kind of rainy, kind of snowy days where the chance of graupel is high? What's that? You don't know what graupel is? It's the kind of snow that looks like white Dippin' Dots or small snowballs that occurs in the spring and fall. According to the ever-knowing Google, graupel occurs when super cold water droplets are collected and freeze on falling snowflakes, forming 2 to 5 millimeter balls of crisp, opaque rime. It's also a fun word to say, and using it correctly when labeling water falling out of the sky can make you occasionally sound smart. So practice saying it with me. Gra-pole. Graupel. 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 All right, back to the forecast. Today, chance of snow showers, but with little or no actual snow accumulation expected. Mostly cloudy with a high near 37, northwest wind 11 to 17 miles per hour. Tonight, a slight chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 32. Winds keep on brewing strong. Tomorrow, a chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 39. Tomorrow night, possibility of snow showers continues, mostly cloudy with a low around 27. Sunday, a chance of snow showers, predominantly cloudy with a high near 40. Sunday night, snow showers likely, possibly mixed with rain before 7 p.m., then rain showers likely after midnight. Cloudy with a low around 30. And there you have it, your weather forecast and word of the day, graupel. Oh, and, be sure to wear shoes with good grips on this weekend so you don't topple from slipping on the graupel. All right, I'm done. Let's take it on back to our host.
Thanks, Josh, Trevor, and Jules. We're going to dive right into our weekly segments. To start, here's Just the Facts. Welcome back to Just the Facts, where we talk about just facts, only facts, no opinions, just facts. I'm your host today, Alex Erwin, along with my friends Hunter
Hello.
and Chloe.
Hello.
How you guys doing today?
Doing all right.
Doing all right?
Doing all right.
How are you?
Well, I'm doing great because we're in the middle of a radiothon right now.
Yes, we are.
Is it?
That is true.
Currently in this moment.
You know, maybe you guys should be a bit more excited about
We
radiothon.
are very excited about Radiothon, Alex.
Oh, okay. Woo! Yeah, see, we need energy like Hunter. And see, since we're on Radiothon, I'm the host for today, so I get to choose the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Today's topic is radio facts. See, I thought that was clever.
It's clever.
It's
It
very
was,
clever.
it was clever. I'll give you that one.
It's very
Thank
nice.
you, thank you. Well, Chloe, what's your radio
I
fact?
get to start.
You get to start.
I get to do the honors of doing the first radio fact.
Yes.
Okay.
Radio fact for Radiothon.
I got a 1980s fact.
Ooh.
Again. So in the 1980s, you could download video games from the radio. Isn't that bizarre? I thought that was really
What?
interesting. I was like, wow, this is crazy. So basically, now this is some techie stuff I don't understand. But basically, computer programs and video games were both stored on audio cassettes way back in the day.
Okay.
So that meant that their data could be transmitted easily over the radio.
Huh.
So then there was like programs that were going up on the radio where people were broadcasting, and they were like broadcasting video games. And people were able to download them right onto their computers.
That is
That's
wacky.
funky.
That is
Isn't it?
funky.
And I thought that was so weird. I was like, how do you... I just didn't really understand how that worked, but then I was like reading about it, and I think it's super interesting.
Can't wait
So-
to stream No Man's Sky over FRS.
No Man's
Airwaves.
Sky?
Can't wait to play Doom on my radio.
Yeah.
No, not on the
Twisting-
radio, on the computer. You
Right.
put it on your computer.
Yes. I'm just imagining like playing Doom, like with the little
The
dial,
little knobs.
The
the little
little
knob, like you
dials.
turn left to like move left, and like you press like the AM FM button to shoot.
The little like frequency, like little graph kind of thing where you have like the radio stations.
Mm-hmm.
That's like displaying what's going on.
It's like
There you
go. That is funky. That's a pretty cool fact.
Thank
know what?
you.
Good fact. Good
Thank
fact.
you.
Certified good fact.
Certified
thanks,
good
guys.
fact from a
Wow.
cool guy.
I'm a cool guy, too.
You're a
Wow.
cool
This is
guy.
a good day.
Hey Hunter,
Hey,
how you doing?
not too bad yourself.
Bing bong.
I was about to swear.
What's your fact for today?
So instead of an 80s fact, I brought a 20s fact, a 1920s fact.
Ooh.
In 1921 World Series between New York Giants and New York Yankees, it was the first sports broadcast on the radio. It was also the Yankees' first World Series appearance.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I am anti-Yankee. Gotta love the Mets, baby. Love the Mets.
Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets. Mets are like, like the middle child. I wouldn't know because I'm an only child.
I'm also an only child.
And I'm the youngest child.
Well,
So no,
the
no,
Mets
okay.
are like the middle child.
True.
That's why you gotta root for them occasionally.
Occasionally.
Occasionally. I don't think I've
Interesting.
watched a baseball game like for at least half my life at this point. But
I don't think I've watched a baseball game.
I've watched like 2 in my whole life, and that's because I had to go.
you had to go.
Yeah.
I used to go to like the Long Island Ducks games back in the day.
Mm.
I know. A name like the Ducks. Imagine being a Ducks fan.
Bro, that team is destined to lose.
Yeah. they're okay, honestly.
They get crushed by the Geese.
The geese.
Ducks versus Geese rivalry.
The Long Island Ducks and the New York City Geese.
No, I think it was the Long Island Ducks and like somewhere from Connecticut, blue crabs.
Blue crab.
I know. It's so dumb.
That's weird.
So silly names. Well, I have a pretty cool radio fact. All right.
Okay.
It is from the beginning of radio. So I have like a 1900s.
In
here.
1800s fact.
No, not
Perhaps.
1800s.
No.
1900s.
Not
Oh.
quite.
Not quite.
No, there was. You took my Geigo's class. Anyway, Alex, go ahead.
This is Snope certified.
Nope, sir. Okay,
1900s.
so then I'll accept it then.
Back in 1908, atop the Eiffel Tower, Lee DeForest transmitted the first ever public broadcast to the Parisian suburbs.
Wow.
Yes, in 1908. He became the first radio DJ with this, and he played I couldn't find any information on what he played, but I bet it was some groovy tunes.
I bet. Oh man.
I'd like to imagine he's out there like,
Mm-hmm.
just like, like an actual DJ, just like Marshmallow or something. That's like the first thing broadcast on radio.
It apparently broadcasted like 500 miles far, which is like pretty
Wow.
crazy.
That is pretty far.
He was the inventor of the audion tube, which is the reason like we can transmit stuff, because it was the first like device that could amplify audio
Mhm.
waves,
Right.
and that's like the basis of transmitting, you know. But I think the fact that really puts the cherry on top for this is that he did this while he was on his honeymoon. And you know what? Being that dedicated to the craft, to be like, listen, honey, I love you, but I gotta climb the Eiffel Tower real quick. That's
He has his priorities straight.
he has his priorities
Yes, it
straight.
sounds like it.
He knew what he was doing.
Ex-
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yep.
When he proposed to his fiance,
Mhm.
he was like, I know where our honeymoon's gonna be.
I know, right? He planned this ahead.
This was the long haul.
She was playing checkers. He was playing chess.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Imagine doing that on your honeymoon.
He asked her out and was like, I'm gonna use you to get to the Eiffel Tower.
I'm sure he planned it that far ahead.
I'm
Exactly.
sure. I'm sure
Yeah.
that was the only reason why he decided to propose.
Yes.
Just so he could
That's funny.
broadcast groovy tunes off the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
And
Incredible.
thank you to him.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Lee DeForest.
Shout out.
Shout out to Lee.
Shout out to Lee
the
right now.
forest.
That's why
Lee
we're doing
DeForest.
Radiothon right now, because of Lee.
Yes.
That's why we can be here.
Yes, thank you, Lee. See, it all ties in together.
It does. see?
Truly.
Yeah.
Well, that has been Just the Facts. I would like to thank Chloe and Hunter for getting some cool radio facts today.
Yeah, of course.
You're
man.
welcome.
Yes, very fun, funky radio facts, and I hope the rest of you are enjoying Radiothon. There's a lot more awesome programming to come. But this has been Just the Facts. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Enjoy Radiothon.
Good
Or
night.
else.
Thanks, guys. Next up is I Love Music.
Hello and welcome to I Love Music, the show where we take a look at the discography of a musical artist and see how their work has changed over the course of their career. My name is Connor Hockey, and today we will be continuing our excursion into the works of the band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Now, throughout the course of this show, I have been using a very specific song as my intro, and it might surprise you to find out that this song is a song by King Gizzard. Specifically, this is the final track off of their album Polygon to Wanaland. So let's take a closer listen to the song, The Fourth Color. This album was the band's penultimate release of 2017. As stated in the last episode of this show, King Gizzard released 5 albums in 2017, with this one, Polygon to Wanaland, being the second to last. Much like the previous albums, this is a concept album. The band commits to a more ethereal and polyrhythmic sound, creating an atmosphere akin to a grand journey. Moving along to the band's recent works, let's take a look at the song Straws in the Wind off of the almost self-titled album, KG. This album was released in late 2020 and features the band's long-awaited return to microtones. It makes use of both standard instruments and microtonal instruments. This song in particular harkens back to the apocalyptic feel of previous albums. This is especially clear throughout the lyrics of the chorus. Moving on to our last song, let's take a look at the band's latest LP. This is Interior People off of the album Butterfly 3000. This album was released in June of 2021 and is, as of the time of this recording, the latest album released by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. As usual, this album sees the band exploring an entirely different sound from their previous works.
So I'm dancing in lockstep to the music that I can hear. Yeah.
This album makes great use of synthesized instruments to create a lighter sounding album. It creates a very dreamy atmosphere, which is a mood that is very underutilized in the rest of King Gizzard's discography.
Instigate the paradigm, play the game and drink the wine, communicate with the afterglow that radiates between the walls, failing from a toxic crowd, two white hearts to shake shit up, pay someone to taste the smell and punch through the drywall inside my skull.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is one of the most varied and creative bands making music today, and there was so much more about the band that I wasn't able to cover fully. However, I hope that this retrospective was able to give a small peek into the world of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. My name is Connor, this has been I Love Music, and I hope you enjoyed.
Thanks for the segment. Next, we have a very special interview. Take it away, Jackson.
Hey folks, Jackson DiCarlo here, bringing you a very special interview for High Noon Friday. Today we have Dr. Stephen Kolison, president of SUNY Fredonia, here with us. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much, Jackson, for having me on today.
You're very welcome. So let's get started. Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Liberia, the Republic of Liberia. That's on the west coast of Africa. I came to the United States in 1984 to pursue graduate studies at Iowa State University of Science and Technology. That is about 37 years ago.
Wow. Awesome. That's really cool. So what kind of stuff do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, I love to cook. I think I'm a pretty good cook. I like listening to all kinds of music. I like to hike in wooded and grasslands. I like to spend a lot of time with my family. I like traveling, especially air travel. I like airplanes, by the way. I also like to follow the news, both domestic and international, to see what's happening. And I like growing plants.
I remember all the plants in your office.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to tell your listeners about yourself?
Well, I come from a very large family of 17 siblings.
Wow.
Actually, we were 18, but we lost one very tragically.
I'm
my
very
sister,
sorry about that.
Thank you. My sister Mary. And that was in 1999. That's been a while ago, but I still think about her. The thing I would say to you, though, about growing up in a large family, especially with a lot of siblings, is that you learn very quickly how to collaborate and how to negotiate. You learn how to share challenges and you learn how to share opportunities. You're never alone.
Wow, yeah.
Yes.
I have 2 brothers and a sister. I can't imagine having 17. So you have a very extensive and impressive biography on the Fredonia website. I found it interesting that you have a doctorate in forest economics. I also recall you said you're a fan of plants and you got a few in your office. I'm sure you're a fan of Fredonia's famous foliage, am I right?
Certainly, yeah, certainly. Thank you, Jackson. You're right about my love for plants. One of my memorable days here on campus was early this spring, where I joined the ground team to plant some trees. We planted several sweet gum around the 7-inch cycle. And if you recall, I did a trivial pursuit on that with the students in my update, and the response from students was just tremendous on that. I do have plants in my office. I really like certain plants, especially African violets and orchids. To me, they are among the most beautiful plants. but they are also the most difficult plants to maintain.
Oh, yeah?
But then, like everything, right? And so anything that is beautiful requires some amount of investment to keep it that way.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, Fredonia's got a beautiful campus. I remember coming here my first time and just being fascinated with all the trees and
Oh, yes.
the woodlot. It's great.
Oh, yes.
So you've been president of SUNY Fredonia since August of 2020. What have you liked so far about Fredonia and its students?
Yeah, to be precise, I've been here about 15 months and going to 16 months, so a little over a year. And I've really loved being here. I have been at several institutions, as you probably saw in my CV.
Right.
But there's something special about this institution, and I will say a few things about that. When you have faculty members and staff members that are committed to students, and you have students who are just outstanding, that is very, very special. In my 31 years in higher education, I have never encountered a group of students that are as resilient as our students and determined too to succeed and very cooperative. And what do I say this? You may recall last year, even going into this calendar year, we went through some major challenges with COVID-19.
Yes.
There were a lot of rules that were put in place to keep everybody safe and to keep the classes going and to keep the institution open.
Right.
Right. Those were not easy policies to implement or for students to follow. But the students did their part. I thought the way they went about cooperating and the way they went about showing a determination to have a complete school year without closure or anything was very impressive. They did their part. And of course, our faculty and staff did their part. And I think I found that to be very, very impressive. Determination and resilience, those are two key factors in success.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I was definitely inspired by a lot of my teachers and classmates this last year and this year as well.
Very
It's
good.
been very difficult, but we're making it work.
Very good.
Let's see. Something I've also grown personally fond of is your weekly message from the president email. These emails come off as very grounded and transparent. What are your thoughts on writing these emails, and how important do you feel this level of communication is?
Sure. Well, thanks. I appreciate you taking the time to read it. And I also appreciate everyone who takes the time to read those messages. It is always very special when I sit down to write those, to connect with the community, to share my thoughts, as well as to just explain certain things, to let people know what's happening, and also to acknowledge a number of things, acknowledge people, acknowledge groups of individuals, as well as acknowledge certain events that do occur on campus. It is my way of remaining connected with the campus, especially with students.
Right.
I take a significant amount of time and effort in working with those messages because everything I say in those messages is actually coming deeply from my heart. And so my hope is that, especially in this COVID era where there's some limitation on how much interaction we can have, that we'll continue to do this as a way to say to the campus and to say to students especially that you have a president who is thinking about you.
Right.
Wishing you the very best, wishing you success as you navigate college life.
Right. Yeah, I really appreciate it. It doesn't come off as like the weekly, gotta write this email and get this out. Here's what's going on, but not really. But yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
So with the semester coming to an end, I and many other students are looking forward to the next one. What do you see for Fredonia in 2022 and beyond?
Yeah, first I want to wish all the students the very best for the final exams. I know there's a lot of pressure right now, but my hope is that everyone will do very well. Then I also want to encourage all our students to come back next semester. Unless you are completing your courses and you're completing all your requirements.
Right.
Other than that, I say I hope you come back to continue and to try to finish what you started. Now, if there's any reason why a student is feeling that they will not come back, I like to hear about it. I hope they would drop me a note and say, I'm struggling to come back or considering not coming back, and hear my reasons. Other than that, I'm very much looking forward to having everyone back next semester. We'll be face-to-face as we are this semester. So again, I think that's exciting compared to when we were a little bit concerned that we might not be face-to-face. But we're going to be face-to-face. Let me say that again. Despite the virus and things like that, we figured a way on how to navigate those issues. And so I just want to say that please come back. You don't need to skip the semester because you are concerned, right? So that's that. Beyond that, we have work to do as an institution. We need to continue to work to build on the potential of this institution to be everything that it can achieve. And there's a lot that can be achieved at SUNY Fredonia. So those are the things that I'm going to be focused on in the future, whether it is next semester or beyond. Really for our institution to continue to grow and be a great place of destination, a place where students want to come, a lot of students want to come to learn and to grow, a place where faculty and staff will choose to be, to build their career and all their career aspirations. Make it a place that you are excited to be, a place that you always look forward to showing up. So that is a work. It's not an easy job, right? It's step by step, brick by brick, effort by effort to get to that point.
Certainly. Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate you taking time in your day to be a part of this with us. Anything else you'd like to say?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity, Jackson. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
All right, well, you heard it here, folks. Dr. Stephen Kolison, thanks again for coming on. Back to you guys. Well, and by you guys, Alex, I mean. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
I hope I did okay.
Yeah, you did excellent. That was a wonderful interview.
Yes, that was an
All right,
excellent
thanks,
interview.
Jackson.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the segment. Now let's bring it to Cascio Fonseca with the international news.
Good afternoon and happy Radiothon, Fredonia. I'm Cascio Fonseca, and this is your weekly High Noon Friday national news. In national news, the Omicron coronavirus variant has now been found in 24 countries, and the World Health Organization says that although there's still much to be learned about the new strain, there is no indication that existing COVID-19 vaccines won't continue to save lives. The WHO said the new strain had been detected in 23 countries, but later on Wednesday, the United States reported its first case of the Omicron variant. Speaking at a news conference Wednesday in Geneva, Maria Van Kerkhove, the COVID-19 technical lead in the WHO's Health Emergencies Program, said scientists expect to know more soon about how quickly the new variant spreads and how severe it might be. Omicron, declared a variant of concern by the WHO last week after being identified in South Africa, has quickly become a global cause for concern amid speculation that it could possibly evade vaccines and acquired immunity from infection with previous strains, including the now dominant Delta variant. The WHO called for tailored travel restrictions, including testing of travelers before and after they arrive in a country, and advised against blanket bans that place a heavy burden on lives and livelihoods. In other national news, and as a follow-up to the ongoing investigation of the Rust set shooting in August, authorities in Santa Fe, New Mexico are pursuing a new lead into the film shooting that left one cinematographer dead and the movie's director injured. According to documents shared by the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, investigators executed a search warrant on Tuesday for an Albuquerque-based ammunition supplier. Previously, Santa Fe County Sheriff Adon Mendoza said in October that about 500 rounds of ammunition were found on the set, a mix of blanks, dummy rounds, and what investigators believed at the time to be additional live rounds. Officers are still trying to find out how a live bullet, rather than a blank, was used on set, and the search warrant issued Tuesday was a part of that investigation. On the day of the shooting, actor Alec Baldwin was handling the prop gun during rehearsal when it went off, striking the film's director Joel Sousa and cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Hutchins would later die of her injuries. Baldwin was told by the crew at the time that the gun was safe to use and was not loaded with live rounds. The warrant says ammo on set came from various sources, including a man named Seth Kenny, owner of PDQ Arm and Prop in Albuquerque, for which the warrant was issued. Other pieces of ammo were brought to the set by armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed from a previous production and from another individual named Billy Ray. The information shared in the search warrant establishes the chain of custody of the gun used by Baldwin on the day of the shooting. Other crucial details in the warrant include witness theories told to investigators on where exactly the ammunition, including live rounds, may have come from and how it may have gotten onto the Rust set. Investigators are still looking into these possibilities, and no one has been charged with any crime. That's all for news this week. Have a great weekend, Fredonia.
Jackson.
Okay.
Well, we're recording some of this. If you're tuning in now, you are 3 questions into the most smooth trivia of High Noon history. We have gone through 3 questions of social media. One about My Immortal, of which Olivia won. One about MySpace that nobody won. And one about Twitter that also nobody won.
Nobody.
We got Johnny, Olivia, and Sarah, and only Olivia is on the board. We're 25% through the game.
Yes. Well.
Excellent. Question number 4. Which of the following isn't true about Facebook founder and lizard man Mark Zuckerberg? Is it A, he's red-green colorblind? B, he has 4 kids, each of them named after Greek legend? C, he ran over 300 miles in half a year? Or D, he's 5'7", but stages his photos to look taller?
You said what's not true?
Which is not true.
Johnny. Oh, no, Sarah ran in first.
I'm totally taking a guess here. I'm gonna go with B.
The children?
Yeah.
That is correct.
I was just about to say, I don't think that he has. Does he have any children?
He has 2 kids.
I was gonna say, I bet it was a number. Yep.
Maxima and August.
Ooh.
Great.
Also, when I was researching this, the top articles that came up when I searched his name were the following. Mark Zuckerberg is a barbecue sauce-obsessed killer in new meta parody video by Gizmodo. And Zuckerberg's metaverse is screwed if it doesn't allow sex by Vice.
Yep.
Interesting.
That article was talked about on Lovercall last
Featured
night,
on
and it was
Lovercall.
quite the good read. I highly recommend it, actually.
Alrighty, number 5. What is the name of the bird on the Twitter logo? Is it A, Tweety, B, Larry, C, Charles, or D, it does not have an official name?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Is it Larry?
Larry is correct.
Wow.
Fun fact, according to a tweet by co-founder Biz Stone, it is named Larry the Bird as a tribute to the NBA player
Larry Bird, yeah.
who played for the Boston Celtics, Stone's home state team.
I've heard that now. Now that you say that, that sounds familiar.
What a story, Mark. Question 6. Which celebrity has the most Instagram followers as of July 2021? Is it A, Selena Gomez, B, Kylie Jenner, C, Cristiano Ronaldo, or D, Justin Bieber?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Oh, no. Oh, wait.
He's in.
I didn't finish my name.
Oh, is it Kylie Jenner?
Nope.
Okay.
Olivia.
Olivia.
Is it Selena Gomez?
Nuh-uh.
What?
What were the last 2 again?
Ronaldo and Bieber.
I'm gonna have to say, Bieber.
False.
No.
Oh, I didn't think soccer was that popular. I'm sorry.
It's massive.
I feel like
I guess. I just don't watch
It's the most popular sport in the entire world.
I was just about to say, besides the
But I'm
United
not
States.
following him, so it's not.
Well,
that.
Ronaldo has 317 million followers, which is higher than the population of the United States.
And I'm not one of them, so.
Okay, I'm not either, but I'm not crying about it, so.
Number 7. On the MySpace Wikipedia page, who is listed as one of the key people alongside the CEO and the COO? Is it A, Snoop Dogg, B, Justin Timberlake, C, Justin Bieber, or D, Ed Sheeran?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Justin Timberlake.
Wow, that is correct.
There's a lot of Justin Bieber on this episode.
I
There is a
know.
lot of Justin
Why?
Bieber.
Why? My question is why.
We're just
My question is also why, because I did not know that.
Bieber fan. Well, fun fact
Bieber
about
has
it.
shown up on 3 questions so
I
far.
know.
Last
Really?
question, this question,
What's
and
the-
question 1.
What's the theme here?
Oh.
Social
But
media.
Anyways, fun
Not
fact.
Bieber.
He was really passionate about how he could create a better community. So he put his own stake of $35 million into the 2011 purchase of MySpace.
Whoa.
Dang. Yeah. Well, I was also thinking like, I feel like he would be like the most hip and also like the most oldest artist.
The most oldest artist.
Because Ed Sheeran, and Justin Bieber are more modern, and Justin Bieber wouldn't have bought it because he would be a kid.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Good logic.
Question number 8. What is the most viewed video on YouTube? Is it A, Baby Shark Dance, B, Despacito, C, Johnny Johnny Yes Papa,
No.
or D, Shape of You?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Is it Baby Shark Dance?
It is.
No.
I was.
It should be My Immortal by Internet Historian.
Fun fact, to my disdain, Baby Shark is the most viewed video on YouTube with 9.75 billion views.
Yo.
The list in question was actually in descending order, with Despacito having 7.6 billion, then Johnny Johnny with 5.9 billion, and then Shape of You with 5.5 billion.
Wow.
To put that in perspective, the world population is 7.9 billion, and Never Gonna Give You Up only recently broke 1 billion.
Dang.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
That's where we're at right now as a society.
The Baby Shark and like the Cocomelon stuff is like crazy.
Yeah,
it
we
blows
love
my
an
mind
exploitive
how many
algorithm.
followers they all have.
It's nice. YouTube is nothing but good. 8 is over, so now it's time for 9.
It is time for 9. Number 9.
It's time for 9.
Approximately how many active users does TikTok have?
Way too many.
Is it A, 500 million, B, 750 million, C, 930 million, or D, 1 billion?
Johnny.
930
million.
Incorrect.
Dang, I feel okay.
Olivia. 1 billion.
1 billion is correct, Olivia.
Dang.
Good job.
So that Charlie D'Amelio's got some big number of followers on there. So-
I don't know who that is.
Fun
it's like
fact.
the most followed
Don't know who that is.
TikToker. I don't.
Fun fact, though, on average, TikTok users spend more than 50 minutes on the app each day. That's
Wow,
crazy.
that
I
sucks.
concur.
Yeah.
Question number 10. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Ahem.
Wait.
Are you okay?
Ahem.
Do we need to get some
10?
water for you?
10. Approximately how many brands advertise on the platform Facebook? Again, too many. Is it A, 750,000, B, 2 million, C, 4.1 million, or D, 5 million?
Sarah. 4.1. No.
Johnny. 2 million.
Can you list them again? Or the
750,000 or 5 million?
5 million?
Is that your final answer?
Your final answer?
I guess so.
I want to know, you know, buzz in.
Olivia.
Yeah?
5 million.
Yes, that is correct.
Whoa.
What?
Fun fact, there are a total of 65 million businesses active on Facebook, but only 8% of them advertise using Facebook's sponsorship program.
Dang.
Good.
Number 11. What category is the most popular pin topic on the app Pinterest? Is it A, nature, B, DIY, C, home improvement, or D, food and drink?
Johnny.
Sarah.
Johnny.
DIY.
DIY is incorrect.
Sarah.
I was going to say it.
Sarah's in.
Sarah.
Food and drink.
Food and drink is correct.
Dang.
Fun fact.
I was gonna say DIY.
Me
too,
First, but so thank you.
You know what? You are welcome.
Fun fact, approximately 57% of Pinterest users have reported interacting with food and drink related pins, making it the most popular topic. I don't use Pinterest, but food and drink is my favorite topic as well.
Yo, you should
Okay.
introduce yourself like that.
All right. Final question. I'm not going to say anything about the score, but it's really close. It's literally anyone's game right now. Question number 12. Everyone's favorite social media and looming threat, LinkedIn, had a goal set by the CEO in 2013 to have 3 billion users, which would equal about half of the world's population. As of 2021, October, how many users does it have? Is it A, 180,000 users? Is it B, 750,000 users? C, 1.2 billion? Or D, 1.7 billion?
Sarah.
Sarah.
I'm gonna go with 1.2 billion.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
No. Olivia.
Olivia.
I'm going to go with 1.7 billion.
Incorrect.
Oh, hold up. Can you say the first two again?
180,000 or 1.2 billion?
No, she already
what I
guessed.
said.
1.2 billion.
1.7 billion.
No,
No.
that's
She already guessed
I already
1.7
said
billion.
that.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm so asleep right now. 180,000 or 750,000? No billions, because that would be absurd.
What, Johnny?
Yes,
180,000.
that is correct.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
The CEO's name is Jeff
Wow.
Weiner. I thought it was Jeff Weiner. And
Got
almost
him.
wrote a whole question using Simpson-esque lists of funny names instead of asking this. But yeah, Jeff was like, yeah, we can get 3 billion, and he hasn't crossed 200,000 yet. So,
Dang.
you know, LinkedIn's really cool. I wouldn't know.
My dad uses it.
I'm going to have to eventually, and I hate it.
One of my friends, yeah.
I'm
one
not
of my
looking forward to it.
college friends just told me to use it.
My dad is the only one I know who uses it.
Awesome. Well, that was a close one, folks. Too bad we missed a third of the questions, not only in recording, but also in answering correctly.
Yeah.
And by a third, I
Dang.
mean a quarter, because those are the same thing.
Yes.
Anyway, going
Anyway.
Not at all.
in second, nope, in
No,
last
last
place.
place.
In
Last place.
Unfortunately.
With 2 points is Sarah.
Aw.
Good job, though.
Good
You
job,
got some- you
Sarah.
got some good
So
ones.
sad.
Thanks for coming on. In
Thanks- thank you,
second
Johnny.
place.
Thank you, of course.
In second place with 3 points is our chief archivist, Olivia. That means our winner with 4 points is chief engineer Johnny Zareski.
And you can take that to the bank.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, we don't have the time to pull up the funny sound effects.
What does he
so
win?
Dang. What do I win? I
Johnny
told
wins
you.
the right to participate in the Big Cheeseburger Challenge next day.
Wow.
Tomorrow at
Dang.
noon.
For free?
Nope.
Nope.
Dang, I still got to pay you 20?
I'll take 10 for you.
You'll take. Really? Holy
If
crap.
you turn your phone off, I will.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, oh, come on.
Turn your-
All
turn your
right, he
phone off.
wins, and he therefore thinks
Turn
he
it
has all the power
It is
in
off.
the world.
Okay. I'll take $10 off your big cheeseburger order.
Actually, that's a great.
That's pretty good.
That's really nice.
But yeah,
Thank
if
you.
you're wondering what we're talking about, tomorrow at noon is the end of Radiothon, and to commemorate it, I'm hosting the Big Cheeseburger Challenge, in which me, Johnny now, Alex,
Yes.
and a few other friends of ours are going to be eating the biggest freaking burger possible. So tune in to hear us have a great time. Also, it'll be good. But yeah, that was social media trivia, and it's time to end the show already. Can you believe it, guys?
Dang.
What do you think? High Noon was live mostly, kind
Yeah.
of.
Have a good
missed it.
radiothon, everyone.
Radiothon.
All right,
Yeah,
go
I love
away.
you
good luck
all.
to everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, they're gone.
Yes.
All right, Alex, press the funny button, kill the music.
Okay.
Kill it. It is dead. Service is Sunday.
Yes.
All right, here we go. No re-recordings on this one. That wraps it up for this week's broadcast of High Noon Friday. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place. I'm reading your line. High Noon Friday has been brought to you on WCBF 88.9 FM The Voice and WDBL 89.5 The Inferno on the web. Good luck.
High Noon Friday is assembled through collaboration with students from Dr. Daly's Audio Production 2 class. Our producers and scriptwriters are Jackson DiCarlo, Alex Erwin, Chloe Kowalyk, and Hunter Halterman. News is presented and read by Jazzman Josh Ribakove and Cascio Fonseca. Sports is prepared and read by Trevor Hauer, and weather is prepared and read by Jules Hoepting. Tune in next week for another great edition of High Noon Friday.
I'm Jackson DiCarlo.
And I'm Alex Erwin. Thanks for listening, and make sure to tune in next week, same time, same place. Have a great weekend, Fredonia.
Wow, enjoy the rest of Radiothon, folks. For the next 24 hours, we're featuring live hosts and DJs to fundraise for the station. Be sure to get yourself some food from our official friend and sponsor, Taco. That's Taco with a Q. And the Big Cheeseburger. Order online and use code WCVF10.
Burger yummy.
Very true. See you later, folks. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're professionals.